You have to become unblocked in your mind in order for them to unblock you, okay? So if you define yourself as blocked, if you act like a blocked person, if you stress, if you fear, if you worry, if you're like using other accounts to spy on them, things that somebody who isn't blocked wouldn't do, if you're doing that stuff, if you're engaging in that behavior, then you're continuing to be blocked. Think about what a non-blocked person would do. They wouldn't be worried. They wouldn't be afraid of opening their social media. They would just post and interact with the world like it was fucking Tuesday, right? It's not a big deal. But also, the concept needs to change. 360 method. You have to say something different about what it is you're going through if you want to see it change in your 3D world. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to another episode of Roxy Talks, where we make manifesting make sense. I'm a mindset coach and I'm here to help you with your confidence, your mindset, and your manifestations so that you can create any life that you desire. Head to roxytalks.com and check out my amazing courses, programs, and mentorship packages available right now. Okay, so today's question comes directly from you. This actually came from a super chat during one of our Mindset Monday live streams. If you're not familiar, every single Monday, we go live with the community. I talk about manifestation. We get in the vibration for the week. I give some fun homework. I answer some questions. And basically, we just hang out with our fellow manifestors and get into the vibe that is necessary to create all of the abundance that we want in our lives. So the question is, my specific person got angry with me and blocked me. We were on such a good path. What the hell happened? And furthermore, I refuse to message because I'm always the one chasing, but the silence is killing me. What the hell do I do? The what the hell do I do? I added that part in. That was paraphrasing. That was my addition to it, but that's pretty much what they're asking, right? So SP's angry. They blocked me. I don't want to reach out and do the work because I always do that, but this sucks and I'm having a hard time focusing on my manifestation. You got 4 issues going on in one situation, 4 blocks to one relationship, okay? So as you can see right away, there's trouble on the horizon if you don't address all 4 of the issues at hand. Now, this may not be the case for every person, but certainly enough people have messaged me asking about being blocked, asking about the SP being mad at them, asking about not wanting to reach out, asking about the silence between them being just unbearable. Let's talk about all of it in one video. Okay, so first off, SP's mad. Well, Big Sister just says, it happens, right? Like, I don't know why. I don't know the issue, and whether you like scuffed up their favorite shoes or you crashed a car through their living room. I don't know. I'm thinking about crazy things. Not that. Erase, erase, erase. Never. Not in my reality. Only nice things happen around me. So I don't know what you did, but it doesn't really matter because if you think it's a problem, it is. And if you keep subscribing to this idea that they're mad at you or that they're angry or that you have to do something to atone for what you've done, there's gonna be something in the way. So the first thing you really need to do is kind of forgive yourself for whatever it is that made them upset. Okay? Forgive yourself for what you did, what you said, what you believed, what you thought, how you reacted, whatever it was. It's not that big of a deal. The other part about it is that like people get mad in relationships. It happens. I've been happily married for 9 years. Sometimes we get mad. Doesn't change the fact that we're married. Doesn't change the fact that we're happy. Doesn't change anything. Sometimes people get mad and sometimes you don't get along and sometimes you have friction, but that's life and that's normal. So if you were making a huge deal out of it in your mind now, it just, in my mind as a coach, it seems like let's stop that because we're adding to the idea that like anger is bad and that we can't have anger between us. And that's just simply not true. Anger is a part of the human emotional spectrum. You're gonna feel anger as a human being on this planet. And if you two cannot witness and hold space for each other's anger when it pops up, obviously in a healthy way for everybody, we intend, then you're not gonna be able to have a functioning relationship. It's not gonna be long-term and you're gonna run into problems. As soon as there is an issue, you're gonna crumble. So it's best that you embrace the fact that we're angry and we're moving through it. I forgive myself. I forgive them for their part. What's next? I'm blocked. I'll link my video about being blocked right here because I'll link 2 because there's another one. I've made several. This happens in today's culture. And honestly, it's just like a passive aggressive way of being like, I'm like mad at you. You know what I mean? It really doesn't mean anything. It's not a real, like they didn't just hand you a block. It isn't like that one episode of Black Mirror where like you can't talk and your face is like blurred out and they can't hear you. You're not really blocked. It's not real. So if you're giving into the energetic idea of being blocked, which is like can't have it, can't get past this certain thing, not allowed to see, not allowed to interact, then that's exactly the reality you're going to continue manifesting. So watch my videos about being blocked to really indoctrinate yourself in this idea that you have to become unblocked in your mind in order for them to unblock you. Okay, so if you define yourself as blocked, if you act like a blocked person, if you stress, if you fear, if you worry, if you're like using other accounts to spy on them, things that somebody who isn't blocked wouldn't do, if you're doing that stuff, if you're engaging in that behavior, then you're continuing to be blocked. You are continuing to create the environment where you are blocked from your specific person. Think about what a non-blocked person would do. They wouldn't be worried. They wouldn't be afraid of opening their social media. They would just post and interact with the world like it was fucking Tuesday, right? It's not a big deal. It is what it is, not worried. They would go on about their life. So try as best as you can to embody that energy, and spoiler alert, you're going to be hearing me say that more as this video goes on, because that's exactly the type of shit that you need to be doing. You have to be able to embody the energy of like, yeah, I'm fine, in order to make progress on these manifestations. Because if you stay in the place of pain, hurt, victimization, blah, 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 fill in the blank, then that is exactly what you continue to see in the outer world. And it's not that we want to invalidate how you feel or what you've experienced, but it's like you just said you didn't want to experience it anymore. That's why you clicked on this video. So if that's the case, then sorry, there's some things that you need to do, which is like heal the pain, heal the emotional stuff, like I said, the forgiveness, allowing and stuff like that. But also, the concept needs to change. 360 method. You have to say something different about what it is you're going through if you want to see it change in your 3D world. Okay, it's funny because I was thinking about, I want to like drop the cool ass thing that we're doing this month somewhere in here, because it's like the perfect time, the perfect content. And then I started talking about all that stuff and gaining energy. And it was like, blah, 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 all this stuff is coming out. And then after it was done, the energy left, right? I want my editor, leave this in because this is staying. That was my channel happening right there, okay? That was like a message coming through. I couldn't repeat what I just said if I tried. I have no idea what I just said. So having that being shown, I want to segue real fast into this really cool thing that we're doing on October 25th. I'm hosting a live specific person love Q&A/channeling session, okay, where I'm going to be connecting to my intuition and using my knowledge as a manifestation coach and a manifestation really good person. I don't want to say expert, but fucking expert. Oh! I said expert and my ring flew off. What does that mean? It means I'm an expert. I choose what it means. Anywho, this video got crazy all of a sudden. Okay. That's okay, because this is real life. This is what it is. So I'm hosting this channeling session, and I'm using all of that stuff I just mentioned, my knowledge as a manifestation coach, my intuitive channel, which you just saw in action, because we're going to leave all this shit in there, and divination tools like tarot, astrology, and numerology to give you some super specific channeled question and answer info from your guides, from the universe, from your whoever you believe is up there for you. And it's gonna be really cool. I've never hosted anything like this before. We're doing it just about love, okay? Because I want to create a space where those who are looking to build the relationship of their dreams, to fix what they have, to create something out of nowhere, to call the person from across the globe around, the person who's never met you, whatever it is. I want all of us to come together in a space where we understand each other, we know what we're there for, and we're going to answer questions from your guides. So if you're interested in signing up for the Love Specific Person Q&A channel session happening on October 25th, you can sign up at roxytalks.com/programs and find out exactly what it is that the universe wants you to know about your specific person. Okay, so if you're going to join me on that thing, then there will be lots of questions answered, just like the one I'm answering right now. Again, this is from Mindset Monday. This is from you in the audience, okay? So I also have a very limited amount of VIP seats, which will guarantee you face-to-face chat with me on the call, okay? So now, having said that, the next part of all of this, not only am I blocked, but I also refuse to reach out. And again, this kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier about being blocked, of the energy of like, just by acknowledging the fact that you're blocked and you can't communicate and you can't see them and all this stuff, you're keeping the block in place. So when you have this air about you that says, I can't reach out, I'm not gonna reach out, you're putting into the universe that you don't have that open door kind of communication with your person. And I'm not saying that it's not healthy for some people to put that block up and have that barrier, but look at the words I just used, block and barrier. I understand the boundary of like, I always chase, I need to not chase. I get that. Definitely work on that. But if you have the story of I'm not going to reach out, that story still remains. Even if your intention is because you want to change the way that you let the world come to you, the front part of that sentence, the caveat, is manifesting. right? So we need to kind of clear out the nonsense out of this story and have something like clean and pure and precise that you can say about your situation that doesn't imply being blocked or not being able to communicate with the person that you should be able to just like, hey, blah, 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 right? And it's not a problem. That's an ideal relationship. I don't care what time of day it is. My husband's going to hear what I have to say, right? Like, but that's it. That's because that's the kind of relationship we have. We have open communication. I can say whatever I want. I trust him. He trusts me and whatever. So if that's what you're going for, then even though you're working on the concept of like, they always reach out to me. I'm prioritized. They communicate with me. They're an open book. They share with me all the time. They reach out to me daily. We talk all the time. They always share their day with me. I'm the first person they think of, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? I've said it a million times in my videos. If that's going on, you're affirming the way that you and your partner have established your communication, and you're doing the emotional, like forgiveness work that I was talking about earlier, and kind of getting to the underlying stuff and getting to the heart of the issue so that you can not only change the story, but also change the wound within you that is manifesting this situation over and over in your life. And again, if you want help figuring this stuff out, pinpointing it, head to roxytalks.com, and I've got tons of amazing specific person content, courses, programs designed to help you nail all this shit down so you can have the love of your dreams. Okay, now the last part of this is about the pain of not having this, of the pain of dealing with the aftermath of all this BS that we just talked about, right? The silence is killing me is what the actual question said from our lovely community member. So the silence is killing us, okay? Well, guess what we're doing again? We are affirming once again that there is silence, that there's separation, that there's a block, that they're not here anymore. And I understand that it hurts. Again, I don't want to take away from the fact that it hurts. So we need to make sure that we're working on healing as we're doing all of this. Like I just mentioned a couple seconds ago, the healing part is really important because the healing of the wound that's underneath it will help you not go through this shit again. Part of the issue with the love relationship manifesting is the story that you're saying in the present moment. The other issue is the underlying stuff that you have going on that's causing this recurring manifestation to happen, okay? So you have to work on both. So again, we're working on forgiveness, but we're also working on allowing these feelings. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be hurt by this situation, but we don't dwell there. Yes, it's okay to be hurt. Yes, I'm there for myself. If you need to express anger, good. State your boundaries. You don't have to say them to the person if you don't want, or maybe you do. You kind of have to assess your own situation. What do you need in this moment to feel better or to have closure or to have, the right energy, the words you need to hear, the things you need to feel, whatever it is. Figure out what you would need to actually feel better or to rectify this situation, and then start shaping your language, your focus, your visualizations, your affirmations, all of that around that reality so that that can become what you experience. And as you do that, you make space for the part of you that is wounded. You allow it, you see it, you give it love. You don't run from it, you don't hide from it, you don't try to smash it down or cover it up with other stuff. You just witness and you allow it. And I know that can be scary for some people. I know people have a lot of trauma and it's scary to go there and they're afraid of what they're going to find when they open that door. But the problem is if you don't, it stays locked up in there. So I'm not a therapist, go see a therapist, but a gaping wound is a gaping wound, whether it's internal or external. And it's really hard to focus when you have a gaping wound, period. So I want you to comment down below. I feel safe and I feel loved. I feel safe and I feel loved. And this one came from your guides because I kind of sat here for a moment and I thought about what affirmation I was going to have you type in this. And that's what came through. That's what they wanted you to know, is to affirm that you're safe and that you're loved. And that is what you will begin to see. Okay. So the 3D world is just a reflection of where your thoughts were, and it will always be that. So wherever your thoughts are, it'll eventually become a were, right? The R's always become words. So wherever your thoughts are now, you're going to experience. So just pay lots of attention to that. 360 method, awareness and discipline. I always say it. And if you would like me to help you figure this stuff out, my specific person workshop is something you can get started on right away. It's my best-selling course. It's life-changing, groundbreaking. I love it. I put all my friends in it. I'm like, you need to be in this thing, okay? So I always suggest it to everybody. And if you're ready to experience a brand new event unlike anything I've ever hosted, join me for the Love and Specific Person Q&A channeling session where I will be giving you messages from the divine and using divination tools to help give you exactly what you need to manifest the love of your dreams. You can also find me on all the socials, iTunes, Spotify, all kinds of everywheres, whatever that means. And you can join a community of fellow manifestors just like yourself for free at community.roxytalks.com and go find some people who support you in what you're doing and totally understand what it's like to be a manifestor on the leading edge. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you. I will see you next time. Thank you.